Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is still Beth Bella and I'm so grateful that you're here. You can just call me Mama Twins and I'll be grateful. So today's episode, I just want to talk about something about my life, about me, and to be specific, I want to talk about my pregnancy journey. And I know this story is a little bit long, but I'll make it as short as possible. But at the same time, I'll make sure that I've not left anything out. So, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and make sure to leave a comment there down, and so that I can know what you think about all this story. And before I start, I want to first of all clear that I'm not doing this story because I have what do I say? I am not taking this video or talking about all this because I'm sad or I have hurt feelings, but I want to talk about this because I'm over that, and I want to share my experience throughout that journey. And if this video will be long, I'll cut short, maybe into parts, and let's do it. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, and so that we can grow together. So all these stories started in 2015. It was after my Form 4. I completed my Form 4 in 2014. So in 2015, I wanted to start. I wanted to go to college, and I wanted to do I wanted to start what do I call it now? Constructing roads. So the college that I went, I was told that it is a must I do my driving courses. So I did, and I completed. I got my interim, and after the driving exam, after I completed, I saw it good I visit my grandmother. And no, this is the part of the side of maternal side. So I go, and after my exams, I remember it was around mid-term, and I knew my cousin was at home. So I went visiting, and we had a good time. It was on a Saturday. We had a good time. The following day, it was on a Sunday. And we went to church. After church, now when we were coming, it was it was in the evening. So coming back home, I met this guy. I met this friend of mine. Although I had met him earlier, I met him through my cousin, the same cousin. So we started catching up. We started stories. We talked. We were just on the road. So when my cousin saw that these stories are not ending, she chose to go home earlier. So she went home, and I remained back. So it was getting late because, as I said, it was in the evening. So and it started drizzling. It was almost about raining. So what happened? The guy told me, now, because it is getting dark, take me to the house. I get my jacket so that I can escort you to your home place now. So I go with him, and whatever happened. And yeah, and first of all, I want to say that I was not forced into it. No one forced me. But at the same time, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. So after going home, remember, I already know about contraceptives. We didn't use protection. So, and I knew about contraceptives, but I was not so keen about them because I was like, it can't happen to me. So, the following day on a Monday, so I traveled back home. Now, the place that I was living in town now. When I went, I just, I guess I stayed that the whole of that day. Now, Monday, now on Tuesday, that was the moment I was remembering whatever I did on that weekend. So I go to the pharmacy, I buy the pills, and I took. But I never knew it wouldn't work. So I was just doing it 50-50. But yeah, now in the course of the week, one family friend calls me and tells me there's a friend of mine who wants a girl who can work in her cosmetic shop. Now it is in Nakuru town. So I was happy because I didn't have classes. I'd already finished, and it was not time for the intakes for the college. So I was like, before the intake, I can just go and and start that work so that maybe I could get an extra pocket money. So I stayed the first week, the second week, third week. Now, around fourth week, I started having these weird feelings, and my mind clicked, by the way, because I just don't know how, but that Sunday, I remember it was on a Sunday after church. I go to the chemist again. I bought the pregnancy test and now that the kit, and I go home. I did the test and it came out positive. And as you all know, most of the young girls, the first person to tell is the baby daddy. And actually, that was my first time. So I was like, it can't happen. It's just my first time. So it can't, and I can't be pregnant. So I go, I went, no, I called the guy and tell him now I'm pregnant, and just tell me what you are going to do. Makio, he was the same age as me, like we had just completed at the same time. So his goal was to go on with his education, and like we were just young, he was not working, and I was also just hustling there, and I was planning now to go to the college. So the first thing he tells me is to go and have abortion. And I was very furious at him because I was like, how now? How? Because I knew there's so many stories out there. When you abort, maybe you might end up dying because of a bleeding. If you don't die, you will maybe when the baby is coming, or the fetus when it is coming out, it might come out with the womb, or maybe you can just have complication and you'll never, maybe in future you'll never get a kid, or maybe now the slightest percentage that I wasn't sure about. So you might just be lucky, and in the future you'll not have complications, and you can just give birth again. But I was so afraid of, especially of death, and maybe that story of I'll never have a kid ever again. But I was just in that situation where I was just confused, and my no how do I say no my character, like I don't like talking a lot about my personal experiences or my personal things. I just keep them alone. I just don't go telling everybody whatever is happening in my life. I'm dating this guy or I'm doing this. So I just like it when it is just me because I just love it that way. So when he told me to go and have abortion, I remember that time I had money because my dad had sent me around 9,000. So I had money. So after the guy told me that, I call another friend of mine, just a friend of mine. I told him the story, and I told him how the baby daddy said, and he was like, just don't do it because I know you are afraid of how people will say about you. I know your background. I know your dad and mom are pastors. I know you've grown up in Christianity, but don't worry because the same people who will talk, they will get tired of your story, and there's other stories that will come up and they'll just forget about all that. So that is what I did, and I just stayed. Now the following day, I go to work now. Now the sister of the madam who had employed me came. Now we were just there at the shop and we were just talking. Now I came up with this story and I told her now what I've messed up and I'm pregnant and I'm not really sure whether I'm ready to keep this pregnancy, and I'm just afraid of what will happen to me because I'm just sorry, I've just completed my school and I was planning to further my studies. I asked her whether she knows maybe a clinic, whether she knew about a clinic where I could just go and have abortion. And she told me yes. She gave me the directions and she told me that I only need 7,000. And I had money, so I was not like I had to now to beg the baby daddy now to give me money. So I had my own money, the one that my dad has sent me. So, but I didn't. Now what happened? The lady goes and tells her sister about what I told her. The sister now the madam who had employed me goes and tells my family friend, the one who had connected me to that job. Now again, the family friend tells one of my relatives. Now my relative now preaches, tells everyone that I'm pregnant, tells my dad, tells my mom that I'm pregnant, tells my uncles, my aunties, my cousins, my brothers, my sister. And now that was it. It was hell. It was like everything, everyone, by the way. And that is what I felt. Everyone was against me. Everyone didn't want to listen to me. Everyone was like, why do why do you want to abort? Like, no one, I'm not that. I'm a cool kid. Like, I've grown up being cool. Though I'm not a silent person, but I'm just cool. I'm not so talkative, but so maybe that's why no one had the courage to face me, maybe to tell me what was going on. So here I am. My brothers have been called. My aunties are there. My uncles are there. Some of my cousins are there. It's like they called a committee for me to to prosecute me. And I was so mad. Like, I was really mad because I was like, why? Why do all this to me? So after that night, the same night, I remember now my madam texting me, writing me a WhatsApp text and told me that tomorrow don't report to work. And let me tell you what had happened there earlier. Because of I had this dizziness, like I was sleeping every time. You could just find me sleeping, and because of I guess I'm not the only one who faced like that, who faced that, like the urge to sleep. Every time you just feel like sleeping, every time you feel your head is just heavy and all you want to do is just sleep. And because of the stress that I had, there was this several days I could just forget to lock the main door of the shop, and the soja was the one who was locking because it was their building, so they had other businesses there, so they had employed a watchman. So the same man was reporting me without me knowing. So so that day, that's what happened. Now after my madam told me to not to report the following day. So I went, by the way, I went to the shop, I opened. When the woman came, I told her the reason why I've come is that I just want us to do our maths and pay me. Pay me for those weeks. Maybe they were almost 3 weeks. Pay me so that I can just quit. Then that's what she did. She paid me. I went back in the house. I took a shower and I packed everything that belonged to me. And I went. I switched off my phone. I went now to my mother's place. Now that is my maternal side. My maternal side. So that's where my life now started. From the first month to the third month, and I hated myself, and I had bitterness. Like it was so difficult to me because I had no one to talk to me. Like everyone was judging me, and that is what I really felt, and I don't know, and you see, I couldn't talk to the baby daddy because he had already told me to abort, and I refused. So I couldn't tell him whatever I was going through. So the first month comes, the second month, the third month. Now, one of the neighbor, no, in the maternal side, no, in my grandmother's house, one of her neighbor comes and tells me, "Hey, how I think I don't know why your tummy is just growing so fast, and I just feel like you are carrying twins." And I was like, I told her, in our family don't have those cases of twins. So I was like, it can't be twins. So now what happened? Now they talk with my grandmother, and my grandmother was like, in your baby daddy's family there are cases of twins. And I was like, I sure it can't happen. This is my first time and there, and I can't carry twins, and this is my first time, and it can't happen. So I was not um I was not I couldn't agree that I can carry twins, and yeah, that's what happened. Now the same day I called the baby daddy, and I asked him, um in your place, in your family, do you have cases like, because I was doubting the neighbor and my grandmother, I was doubting them. Now I asked him, do you have cases of of twins? And he tells me that in my family, my mother has a twin brother. And now that's when I felt like, no, this is it, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I was just so confused. No, the following month, it was the fourth month, and that is the time I started my prenatal clinic. So I go. By that time, there was a strike. The public hospitals had, I guess, the doctors had striked, So I go to a private one, and this private one, it's like they had been sponsored by, I guess, people from Europe. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I go there. So they had a lot of machines, and they were just good. So now one of the nurse approaches me and tells me, if you have like 400 bob, you can have a scan, and maybe they can tell you, like, you can have like a close examination about your kid and your pregnancy and all that. So I tell her, right now I don't have, but next time when I come, now the following month when I come, I'll I will I'll have the scan. So I go home, I test grandmother whatever I was told, and now the following month comes, and here I am. And the same neighbor was telling me, now this time of years is going so fast. Whatever you have to do, just save your money, and when the month comes, just go and make sure that you have you have now the scanning. So the following month come, and I go to the hospital. I go after now the checkups. I go to that room. I met a Mzungu lady, and she was the one who scanned me, and that's when she told me that I'm pregnant, and I'm carrying twins. So guys, wow, if you're not subscribed to this channel, just subscribe and make sure to follow this story, because I just don't want to make it so long so that you cannot be bored. So let us meet in the next part, and let's call it part 2 of this story, and subscribe and leave a comment and just like, and you are going to stay here until all the stories have been put in my channel. So I'm going to upload every part of this, and until next time, have a nice time and stay tuned. Bye.